Hi everyone, I'm Emilee Shannon and I'm back here to cook for you again today. I was in Disney World last week for the whole week with my husband and my two daughters and my mom. We had a wonderful time and I ate 3 meals a day at restaurants and it was quite a treat, but I'm so excited to be back home in my kitchen and making food for my family and I. So today I'm going to make sauteed spinach and mushrooms served with a little quinoa with shredded carrot and onion in it. So first, here are the ingredients. I got home from vacation, cleaned out the refrigerator, threw away everything almost, and I headed out to Aldi and I got all new groceries. So this is the quinoa that I'm going to serve with the sauteed spinach and mushrooms. And for that, I did shredded carrots. I have the carrots here, I just shredded them, and put in some purple onion. For seasonings, only salt and pepper. And then for the spinach and mushrooms, I have a bag of washed spinach leaves. And then I have a package of cremini mushrooms, also some onion and some garlic. Then I'm going to use some olive oil and also, my favorite, some butter. And then I have a little bit of this beef broth I'm going to use to deglaze the pan. If you don't have beef broth, or if you want to keep it completely vegetarian, you can use white wine, or you can use water also, or you can use vegetable stock. So I'm going to get the quinoa started. I already have the shredded carrots in the pot along with the onion. So I'll start my boiling water, put the quinoa in, and I'm going to chop up the onion and wipe off the mushroom because those grow along with dirt, so there's dirt on the outside sometimes. So I'll wash off the mushroom and I'm going to quarter those, and then I will be back with you, okay? Here I have the shredded carrot and the onion in the pan, and I've cooked those until they were soft with a little bit of butter. And this is my quinoa and my water. So I use bottled water for this because I don't want the quinoa to pick up any of the mineral flavor that's in my tap water here. So this is half a cup of quinoa and 1 cup of water, and I'll just pour it in here and bring it to a boil. Then I'm going to cover it and simmer it for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to turn it off and fluff it up with a fork. Chopped up, the mushrooms are quartered, onion is sliced, the garlic is diced up pretty small, and in the pan I have about a tablespoon of butter melting. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to it, just a little bit to kind of stabilize it a little bit so it doesn't burn. Then I'm going to start by putting all the onions in. I put the onions in first so they get a little more time to cook a little more and caramelize a little bit. Get those going. And it looks like my quinoa just hit 15 minutes, so I'm going to turn the heat off on that and just let it sit with the lid on. While the onions are sauteing, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And I like to season as I'm going when I'm sauteing vegetables. That way everything has a chance to absorb the seasoning and get the most flavor. So just a little sprinkle of salt too. I've got the heat up almost to high to cook this pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and add the mushrooms now. The mushrooms are going to absorb all the butter and the oil, and they're going to hold it in until they reach a certain point, and then once they hit that point, they're going to start to give off all their water. And mushrooms are made of mostly water, so you want to keep the pan up so that the bottom of the pan can get really hot and kind of dry so that we can use the beef broth to deglaze it. And then after that, we're going to add in the garlic. And when the mushrooms and the onions are almost done, then we'll just turn the heat off and add in the spinach and just kind of fold it around, and the spinach will cook from the heat that's left in the pan. All right, the mushrooms and the onions are getting close to done, so I'm going to put the garlic in now, and then I'm going to deglaze the pan. I put the garlic in last because it burns really easily, and I don't want that to happen. So put the garlic in there. It's really going to start to smell delicious once the garlic's in the pan. Leave that for a few seconds, then we'll deglaze with the beef broth, and then we'll fold in the spinach. Okay, I'm ready to deglaze with the beef broth. So just kind of make a spot in the middle of the pan where it's nice and hot, and get a little in there. You'll hear that sizzle. Stir it around and get all the tasty bits off the bottom of the pan. Just takes a little bit. And we're going to turn the heat off and start to fold in the spinach. This looks like it's going to be like way too much spinach, but spinach cooks down so fast, it'll be all gone before you know it. So I'm going to add some and just turn it, get it down into the hot liquid and against the bottom of the hot pan. Ooh, get back in there. And it'll start to wilt and cook and be beautiful bright green. If you put the spinach in without turning the heat off, it'll overcook really fast, and it'll disappear and shrivel down to nothing and lose all of its texture and some of the nutrients too. So you want to keep the spinach as lightly cooked as possible. So you can see that's cooking down. And once it gets incorporated, if you want to add more spinach, you can. All right. You can see it's really shriveling up now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little more spinach and some salt and pepper, and then I'll put this on the plate so you can see how it looks when it's finished. My favorite's pepper, my favorite spice. And salt's my husband's favorite, so salt and pepper on everything over here. Okay. Here's my quinoa. I'm just gonna fluff it. It's really pretty with the orange carrot in it. A little quinoa in the bowl. Toss in the rest of this spinach. Get a nice pile of spinach here. And then the garlicky mushrooms on top. There you go. Sauteed spinach and mushroom with quinoa with shredded carrot and onion. Bye, I'm Emilee Shannon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.